I'm not the one destroying my sister's marriage. Korra's sister blows hot and reveal evidence.
I'm here to clear my name. I received my first ever threat yesterday, and that made me sad, and also I wouldn't say scared, but worried. When I say debunking a lot of myths on the internet, I'm also going to be setting the record straight, as well as clearing my name. Okay, so as you all know, in the past couple of days, there was an audio that was leaked. And from that audio, one party was heard saying that everything was fine, everything was perfectly fine, until I came into the picture. The person called me a fucking psycho and said quite a number of defamatory statements. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the time how my relationship with this person started and the role that I played in this marriage, the role that I played during the pre-divorce and post-divorce, post-separation rather, and the role that I will continue to play. Okay, someone says they can hear me. Awesome. Oh my God, it's 3 a.m. in Memphis and you are awake. Why are you awake? Oh my God. So today I'm going to be reading, I'm going to be showing you guys chat history. Okay, I would say this first. Now that the divorce is officially over, as much as I would like this to die down, a group of people on Facebook especially have taken it too far. Okay, they have graduated from calling me a marriage destroyer and all that online to attacking my family, seriously. And that is why I'm doing this video. I got my very first threat via email, and the person says that they hope, oh, hold on, I'm just going to read it. I hope you are happy now that you have succeeded in destroying your sister's marriage. I pray that you experience, hold on, English is not, I hope that you experience even worse. You will die before your time. I promise you this. Now, you think that you are happy? You are flaunting your marriage and you think that you are happy. You will die before your time. In my mind, I'm like, what is this? But now, today I'm just going to show you guys what I've been going through because of my role, because of my position in this situation, and also to say that in addition to all the defamatory things that have been said online about me, about my family, in fact, to the point that I am being attacked every time for posting my family. Like, it's like, so, well, and all this started from what one person said and what one person, said to everyone that he was talking to. So he was saying everything was fine, until Nancy came along. Well, I'll tell you what I did. Today I'm going to read everything that I did and how I destroyed it, so that you guys can, you can judge for yourself, if I actually destroyed it or not. Okay? So he was angry that I came into the picture. Before that, she was voiceless. She was already beaten. She couldn't say a word. She was taking all the abuse, every day. And then I came through with the receipts because people were reaching out to me. The only reason why I became a threat was because I came with the receipts. Everything that I said I had about him, I'm not even willing to talk about it now. But now you know that he can't even deny it anymore because he has confessed in his audio, to doing them. So if I decide ever that this person is getting out of hand and that people need to know who he is, now you know why there's a beef with Nancy. Because Nancy came out with the receipts. Okay, so even the whole Brazilian girl thing, I was the person that came out with it, and that is what was the problem basically. And so this person with the audio doesn't really realize how much trouble she's in. It's not trouble that's going to happen, that's going to, pan out now. It's something that, anyways, I'll just leave that thought. Okay, so now today I'm going to read through all the chats that I had with him, and, so you guys can see what is going on. Okay, I'm going to read through all the chats, our history on WhatsApp, and, perhaps on Instagram, so you guys can see how I destroyed the marriage. Okay, so I'm going to flip this camera when I'm ready. So what you are looking at right now is my phone, and this is the first chat that we had on this phone, because I did change my iPhone, and this was 30th of July 2001. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay, so this was the first chat that we had, and then before that, myself and my sister had been going back and forth, with the fights in their marriage. Their fights was usually around. I'll show my face now. Let me just explain the context of the message that you are seeing. So they used to have fights about, I don't want her to post this, or I want her to be massage therapist, and she doesn't want to be. She wants to be in Hollywood. Everybody's telling her she's never going to succeed, that she's very stubborn, she doesn't want to do this. And in my mind, I'm like, you can't really force anyone to be anything, really. It's just leave them to pursue her dreams. It was always about, your sister is addicted. She's addicted to her phone. She posts too much online. She's always online. She's not making anything. And it was usually, we already talked about this earlier when myself and my sister did a live together about the history of the financial abuse, about how she was basically reminded every day she was nothing. And so they would have fights, and they would come and they would say, okay, so you are agreeing with her posting this, right? You are really, really supporting this. And I'm like, well, I really can't tell you guys what to do with your marriage, but, I'll talk to her. That's what I kept saying, and that's what I kept doing, really. When they would have their fights, I would talk to her, they would apologize to each other, and life would go on. And then, it happened until it started to impact my own marriage. My own marriage started to suffer because I would be up all night. You know how the time difference is. My husband will wake up at 1 a.m. and find me mediating in the middle of the night. I'm basically settling fights and quarrels between two adults, and he'll be like, you know what, you need to, perhaps go to another room so that I can rest, because it was getting, and then the energy, how when you're exposed to a lot of toxic marriage energy, it starts to affect your own marriage, because, you will be like, oh my God, how can this be happening? So it was starting to affect my marriage, and at some point I had to block him because every single thing was being reported. It was like every single post she made on Instagram, he would send it to me and say, see what she's about to post. So you agree with this? Are you trying to say you agree with this? And I'm like, really, you can't tell an adult what to do. I've talked to her, I've done my best, I don't know the idea he had about African families, because I think he was assuming that, we had the power to alter her life like that. Okay? So, I'm just going to go ahead and read through the messages so that you guys have an idea of what's going on. I'm saying this now because I really want this whole thing to die down. I'm saying this now because I am tired of the whole, she came and then she destroyed it. I'll show you how the relationship was. It was really close. Like, he really used to talk to me about every single thing that happened in the marriage. Okay, so this is the beginning of our chat with this new phone, and then he sent me a video that she was about to post, and he says, help me explain why this is helping her, unless you support it. And then I blocked him because we had a call, and he was trying to accuse me of supporting nudity and her posting that stuff. He said he doesn't want her to promote her music with that video. I think she had done a video that he didn't like. So you see, it says blocked business. And then September 2021, I blocked the business. I don't know what. Okay, I think this was when he changed the business account to something else. At the time of the delivery, I unblocked him because, they were having a baby. We had been communicating on Instagram, but then on WhatsApp, this is where he used to call me all the time to sort issues. And my husband was like, you guys, this is just too much, okay? Leave them to try and sort their issues by themselves. Now, I unblocked the business on 1st of March. And then 9th of March, I blocked the business and unblocked it again. Oh my God, it was like a block and unblock because every single thing was being sent here, okay? So now let's see. Now this was a chat between them that he sent to me. And he, at the time that he sent this message, I had spoken to her and, we're trying to talk about the marriage. And he says, does this really look like a person trying to save her marriage, her family? And I asked him, was this last night? And I was like, Justin, please give her some time because I had spoken to them for 7 hours. You guys, and he says that this is after I talked to her. Apparently, she's not agreeing with anything that he says. And then I said, please give her some time because I had spoken to them. And then he said, fame has ruined my wife, and now she is promoting her book like nothing happened. This was when he came and announced the divorce. And we advised both of them to please stay out of social media. Do not handle this on social media. He went ahead and announced it. And then he was complaining that she wasn't bothered. She was promoting her book like nothing happened. And I said, she can't post anything about the divorce online. He says, but people are calling her out for using the hype to promote a product. And I'm like, it's not about people now. Same people are calling you out for airing your dirty linen in public. People will always talk. He said, yeah, I prepared for that. I will accept the consequences. I lose everything in this. So bear in mind, this was when he had announced the divorce and he started saying a lot of defamatory things about her online, talking about he will not be treated this way. He's sick and tired of being treated, blah, blah, blah. So now I said, please give her some time. I had spent all night talking to these people. And then I woke up to this news that he was divorcing her online. Okay, so I said, please give her some time. If you don't intend to make up ever, then try to avoid engaging her in a volatile way to make it less dramatic experience for your children. Because I had witnessed their arguments in front of their children and it was terrible. Okay, so I was trying so hard to make this a less traumatic experience for their children. And he says her narcissism will affect my children far more than a divorce. I said, both of you have severe narcissism. And he says, I have been evaluated by a UCLA top psychologist. I have anxiety and panic disorder, nothing else. And I said, your actions right now are saying otherwise. Did you contact a divorce lawyer already? Because he said he was going to get a divorce. We were trying to, sort this out. I told my sister to beg him. She went ahead, bought a cake, begged this guy. We're not going to get a divorce. And he was like, no way. I've already put it online because I don't want to go back on my actions. He says, no, I haven't gotten a lawyer. My actions are forced by her. And I said, okay, please, Justin, not yet. I told him do not get a lawyer just yet because I still had to talk to my sister. And he says, she divorced me. And I said, she didn't. She was bluffing because when they were arguing, she said, well, go ahead and divorce. In fact, I am divorcing you. And then I was like, she was bluffing, a very stupid action that has backfired because it was when she said she was divorcing him. He went online and said he was going to get a divorce to everyone. So he said, how is that sort of bluff not sociopathic, especially hundreds of times? Apparently, when they fight, they divorce themselves 1,000 times. And not just her, him too. And I said, people learn every day. Now she knows because now he had put it online. I had to blast her on the internet for her to believe. I have been telling her since 2018 and it only intensified because she knew it would hurt me. And I said, I listened to her tell you she doesn't know why she does that and that she wouldn't do that again. This is me responding to the fact that they always threaten themselves with divorce every time they had an argument. Okay? Yes, she also swore to your mother the same thing 2 years ago and your dad and my children. In 2020, they had a very big fight. It happened in my house, or 2019-ish. When they were in Nigeria, they were almost divorced. And then she said she was never going to use that threat again to tell him that she was divorcing him for anything that he did. Okay? Then I told Justin perhaps we made the right decision to end it, but please try and avoid engaging her with it's your fault talks, because that chat I showed you earlier on Instagram between both of them, he was trying to say, well, it's your fault, and I'm like, you know what, your children are there, so try and avoid that, because that is going to escalate. And I watched them insult each other in front of their children because of it's all your fault talks. So he said, I never say that. I say that it is a catalyst that caused the rest. Without it, extreme fights don't occur. She refuses to own that. I must be a demon. And I said, I just heard you do that 3 hours ago, Justin. You insulted her 5 times in front of June when I was on the phone. The same thing you complained about yesterday. So, exactly what I was saying. I told him to stop telling her it was her fault that he went online to announce the divorce. Okay? They always get into heated fights that eventually end up with them insulting each other in front of their children. Okay, so you don't have to be... So you doesn't have to be responsible. Yeah, I guess I did. Not who I am, so who I have become. Anyways, he's trying to give an excuse for the insults he gave her. I don't even want to say the insults here because it was really intense. And it was in front of June. And June was there. She was screaming. And I was like, you know what? This is not healthy. Okay? I said, I know it isn't. What do you do for fun? So I'm trying to cheer this guy up and try to get him to, do something else. He has announced online that he's getting divorced. And as he said, I've spent the last 5 years building a life for my family. I don't really do anything else. And I told him, you have become me and Cheta, because really, that's all we do. We work. It's what I've had to become in order for my family to excel in LA. It's what all parents do. Well done. So I'm trying to cheer this guy up. Only person that is benefiting from this is Korra. This guy had gone online to announce the divorce. My sister was trying to move on with her life, trying to promote her book, and he was not having it. He was angry that it was not affecting her in any way. And I said, that's not fair. She's finally starting to earn. He says, I have to pay child support and live in a studio. And I said, you don't have to. Korra has been making... This is personal information, so I think I'm just going to skip this. So he's trying to say my sister earns more. She's a pathological liar. Anyways, so yeah. He's arguing that, she's making more money. He's not making more money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's a good thing, because his children will be taken care of. He doesn't have to pay any child support because that's what he was worried about. So and I told him that she also helped to build you. He said, yes, she built his social, but his practice, she cost us dearly with the divorce stress, that he would spend entire days at home trying to work it out, that he's done that at least 30 times, stay at home, and I make at least 1K when I'm working. And I told him that she wouldn't do this again, because she had promised me that she wouldn't threaten to divorce him again. So she refused to help me with the aspect of my business, and so this time, he was telling her that she needed to be his secretary and do his books and everything when she was in America. And she was trying to pursue her dreams. Every time she wanted to release a music video, he would tell her, oh no, that's a stupid thing to do. You're not making any money from this. Basically, he was trying to tell her that this whole singing, dancing thing is not working. You need to become a massage therapist. You need to help me in my practice. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I really do not see myself doing that. Anyways, so he said that social media has brought him around 5 patients in the last 3 years. So he's trying to downplay the role of social media in his business. Basically, he's sending me how much he made in the last week on Facebook. And he says, here is how much I've made in the last week on Facebook. My numbers for her can't possibly be exaggerated. And I'm saying, what are you trying to prove? You don't want her to earn? He says that I'm getting fucked. She got what she wanted from fame and fortune. She doesn't need me anymore, so she stopped any effort to treat me in any respectable way. So I say, it looks like you're trying to earn as well. Yes, good thing. My point is, everything you are saying is both ways, which I can attribute solely to her, yet it does, but I'm certainly getting the shit end of the deal with divorce. This guy is the one that insisted on getting divorced, remember? And yet I deal with emotional abuse. And yet I can deal with emotional abuse anymore. So anyways, basically, I said, you aren't. You don't even know that. He says the system favors women. Unless Korra goes to great efforts, I will be paying 40% of my income to her. And I said, you have 2 children, Justin. You intend to dump and leave them for a nanny. She needs the money. She needs to earn. He says, I don't want her money. Remember, right now, he actually says, I don't want her money. Not at all what I am saying. I am not dumping anything. I refuse to be treated like this anymore. I refuse to listen to a woman say she regrets her child because she can't communicate. June has been damaged, no question. And I said the fault goes both ways. Of course it does. I've tried everything to control my side, to fix things. One was one-sided. Anyway, so he's trying to prove that she made a lot of money, that period. So he's saying, I have a question for you. So he called me. Basically, we spoke on the phone. And he's starting, this is 11th of March. I can't deal with this narcissist. She buys me a cake, and because I cry and don't respond, she's hostile. This is the day that he accused her of trying to dislocate June's arm. He says and I said, and that day when I woke up, I saw that he had done a live video saying, repeat it. You remember the live video when he was saying, repeat it? Yes, so I woke up to that live video and I wasn't happy at all. So I said, hi, Justin, I just woke up to your live video, and a comment calling her a cheat. I guess you really want to go down the messy route, because he saw that the announcement of the divorce wasn't getting her attention. She was trying to promote her book, and we were trying to tell her, do not say anything about this divorce online. Please do not destroy your family any further. This whole mess is going to come down on you if you say a word. So he says he was drunk. After 5 years of physiological abuse, I wanted no way back. So he says he was trying so hard to make sure that they don't come back together by going online to do that. And he says, I was drunk. And I said, can you please leave the house? Because I witnessed the fights that they had in front of June. And if they had continued to stay in the same house, they would have hurt that child. And he said, it's 4 a.m. I'm like, if you were drunk, you are going to keep doing things. You're going to keep confronting her, telling her to repeat it, going live and destroying your family further. So you need to leave that house, okay? So it says it's 4 a.m. When it's morning, I said he should leave the house. He said, yes, I am sorry, Nancy. This is when he went out to online to announce, the whole thing. And I said, the world is thinking that she's been cheating throughout your marriage. In fact, that Athena isn't your daughter, because really that's the impression he tried to put out when he was commenting, saying that she was a chronic cheat. So maybe she will not learn to be accountable for hurting others. So you see that the intention for this was just to get back. She needs to not do that to my daughters. And I said, you're doing exactly what you're accusing her of. You are not accountable for your own actions. You're making things worse for your daughters, who the world now think aren't yours. He said, I broke and have been tortured for far too long. We agreed no social media. You haven't contacted a lawyer yet. She has been tortured too. From all I've seen you do in the past 2 days, you are the troublemaker here. Yes, I am. I can't go back to her to be tortured again. This is me making sure of it. And I said, then find a lawyer and do the right thing. Divorce in peace and stop trying to drag your wife online. He says Korra's narcissism will never allow her to mend this. And I said, do this the right way. You're making the wrong decision. You're the narcissist here, Justin. Get a lawyer. You should really look up what a narcissist is. I'm sorry I hurt you. I was disappointed, guys. We had spoken for hours talking about how, please, you guys should try and sort this out. If you're getting a divorce, that's absolutely fine, but please, no social media. And then I wake up in the morning, and then I see that, oh my God, this guy. Anyways, so this is you the past 48 hours. You're destroying the mother of your children. You're not hurting me. You're hurting yourself. You feel good now because you feel you're getting the world, blah, blah, blah. Leave that house, get a lawyer, do the right thing without destroying your children's future. They are now bastards in the eyes of everyone. This was when people were asking me to go and tell my brother-in-law to get a DNA test for my nieces. And that is the biggest pain ever for a mom. So, yes, nobody cares about that. You're the perfect person, but look at what you've done in the last 48 hours. He says, I'm sorry I did. I snapped. Yes, I did. I understand why you're angry. You're going to keep doing whatever you can to fuel your ego. You could go drink again, go live and film your breastfeeding wife naked. Just remember to contact your lawyer today. But when she films herself naked against my approval and divorces me, it's okay. So I say I'm really angry at this point. I'm telling him, get a lawyer, get this over with, and then, stop harming the children. Anyways, There was a money issue at the time, about 10K leaving the account, so that's it. He says the damage is done. She will have to put them first now, not social media. So basically, he wants her to stop concentrating on social media. So you're really, and I said, okay, so you've destroyed your children's future and you're feeling like you did something because people were asking for DNA tests. He had said that she was sleeping when she was pregnant with somebody else with no evidence. And I've said, I'm sure that's exactly what the first women of Me Too movement were told. I'm not the psycho manipulated. I will not be psycho manipulated anymore. Not by you, not by her, not by anyone. And I asked him, because there was a drinking problem. Every time he did something, he would say he was drunk. And I say, you're the manipulator here. You do realize that you can get a divorce without going online to scream at your wife, right? Corner a dog and beat him, and he will eventually bite back. I was just worried about this whole thing being on social media. That was my problem. He said, I'm on your side, but you're starting to hurt my nieces. At that point, I really didn't care about these two people. I just wanted my nieces to be fine. And I said to him, stop this thing. You're hurting your children. And I said, you don't care about your children. He says, yes, I do. My daughters will never put up with this psychological torture for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. You called her names in front of June yesterday. Same thing you're complaining about. I told you to stop doing things to damage your girls. You said, okay. I wake up to a live video of you doing the same thing with June in the room. You are the torturer, blah, blah, blah. I told him to leave that house because they kept fighting and in front of their children. He said, I did that. I see that. Korra and I have been doing it for years. We both have been torturing June. I've been trying for years to stop participating in it. I'm not innocent, not trying to pretend so. I'm leaving this house. I'm actually surprised Korra didn't bash my head while I was sleeping. She certainly threatened to. So I said, leave the house so you're not triggered to ruin my niece's lives. I don't care about both of you at this point. Since you're both babies, I wish I could get June at least. He says, I'm leaving. I fully expected you to hate me. I hate what you're doing to the girls. Leave them out of your mess. He says the girl shouldn't have had Instagram accounts. I objected, but she did that behind my back. I said that is not enough to scream at their mother on live video with them present. Leave that house. So I'm just trying to tell you how I destroyed their marriage. Since everybody's saying I destroyed it, right? And I said, stop this nonsense now and leave that house. You know, I spent 3 hours of my time screaming at my sister for all the wrongs that she has done to you. You're acting like I've ever sided her. If anything, you're the evil person. At least you're the only person I've seen in action. Stop sending me this rubbish and leave the house. So he had been telling me all sorts on Instagram and, about trying to defame my sister. He said take a trip over to Moist Beach Club, which is one of the things he said, one of the defamatory things that he said about her. Anyways, you scream at your sister and it does nothing. Basically, he was just trying to complain. He said, and I said, I wasted my precious time talking to you yesterday. What did you do? You went live with your child in the room. How understanding of you. There's absolutely no excuse for what you did. My nieces are officially bastard online because of you. Congratulations. He said the bastard part is easy to clear up, and that part wasn't my intention. There's no excuse for me doing anything she does, but for 4 years, she's still making them. Anyways, he says, I'm never going to trust another human in my life, so I'm going to play this.
I'm sorry. What I did last night was immature and unacceptable. I know it doesn't take back what I did, but I'm very sorry. I truly am. I know you were trying to help and I fucked things up. I just can't be treated this way anymore. And last night she was saying she regretted her daughter again. So I can't do it anymore. And I left the house and I'm not going back for a week or so. So I'm really sorry. You don't deserve this. Your family doesn't deserve this, and I'm sorry.
So basically, he's saying my family doesn't deserve this. He did something online. He constantly said stuff that made people start to think that my nieces were bastards. So in my mind, I was like, yo, you're not sorry. You put up a wrong narrative. You lied. You're going to destroy her. You said you were tired of the cheating. I said, imagine how you would feel if you woke up and then she's tired of you constantly beating her up. And I said, you beat her up and she never got demonized you like you've done. Again, I'm pissed off because I have woken up to more. He needs to get a DNA test for those girls, and it's pissing me the hell off. So he says, I'm sorry I hurt you, I broke, I regret going public. It was the only way in my emotionally unstable mind to make her stop. And then at the time there was this particular man that was, saying all sorts of things about this marriage. He was on Instagram. He was supposed to be a relationship person, and he has started going to download his family history for this guy. So this guy was using his family to make posts on Instagram. So I said, I see that you're besties with a random supporter you found on Instagram. He's downloading everything you've told him in a destructive way. And that is how I know that it is you that is at work. Because everything about their fights, he was going to tell this blogger. And this blogger was busy making posts and making fun of them online. And he said, I did what I did to stop the fighting. I'm staying away from everything. You know that I've been trying with every fiber in my body to make this marriage work. It fell on deaf ears. I said, you are not stopping the public fight. That's all I'm trying to say. Both of you have issues. Both of you. Stop trying to be an angel. You're still going public by telling everyone that needs to hear how you're such an angel. You aren't. Talk about both of you. So he says, all I'm going to say is that I'm sorry. I've never had an issue admitting anything I've done. It's not going to help Korra any. I'll just prove that what I'm saying. I've been treated like an expendable piece of trash since 2018. Everybody breaks. I've made mistakes. I'm not innocent. And I said, we have told both of you to not say a word on social media. She has listened to us. You, on the other hand, I just wonder what happened when she says... I just wonder what will happen when she says her own side. You have treated her like trash too, Justin. Everybody breaks. My point is, I see everyone else taking your side and not saying what you have done too. I will tell her to expose everything. So he got angry and said, well, go ahead. I see my faults and I'm adult enough to be accountable for them. She never listened to you guys. Nothing ever changed. It's always the same. I become toxic in this relationship and refuse to be that person anymore. And I said the damage on my nieces is too much. You're having so much fun on the premise that you're accountable. You came online to announce it. That is enough. That was enough. But going to download your family history to random guys on Instagram who now use your family to chase clout to gain followers because somebody has started talking about him and mine, a narcissist and all that. So basically, I'm angry that my nieces are being dragged. Look at them in a post. Somebody saying that, that they are products of another person, some guy, some Joe. So he said he is telling me that he's trying to clear up his mess. He was telling me that he went ahead to tell them to take the photos of his daughters down on Facebook. And yeah, basically, he's telling me that he's trying to do something to clear up his daughter's names. He said he'll shut down any reports that these children are not his daughters. That always happens with famous people. My daughters will not know or then until they are old enough to understand. Korra and I have always agreed that they don't have access to their social media until they're 16. I've made mistakes. I said the damage has been done. You can't remove what people now think of her and your girls. People are asking for DNAs for them. They are calling your wife LA pussy for hire. It's too late because of all the things he had said. So you can hate me, block me, drag me, whatever. They are saying all that before any of this. I'm going home right now to take a picture of my girls. Believe me, this result is far better than Korra and I fighting every day. So he's basically trying to defend that it was the right thing to come public. You know better than most crazy things I had to overcome for my family to get us where we are. I was appreciated for it and was thrown out like a trash, blah, blah, blah. I love Korra. I love her. I love no other, but I'm worth far better than that. I have a second child with her, hoping she would stop. That's the level of my dedication. What I did was wrong. I broke and reacted instinctively. And I said, such an angel. What happened to the pregnancy she lost before? Anyways, this is personal issues, okay? So apparently, she cheats on me every time she's in Nigeria. And I said, you don't know, that's not true. He says, do I? He had started the whole smear campaign already. She even brought me to meet him, blah, blah, blah. She hung out with Joe. Hey, Smart. Are you back? Tell Smart to take that thing elsewhere. He's making noise in my video. Guys, sorry about that. Smart, take that thing outside. You're making noise in my video. Okay? So, and I said, okay, you're lying. You need to stop. It's what you do afterwards that matters. It doesn't matter what you do or don't do. It doesn't matter if she did it or not. So you see here, that it doesn't matter if she cheated or not. He's just going to go ahead and defame her. She never cheated, and you can always verify that. It's unfair to say constantly cheating. She told me that with her own mouth that she cheated on me with Joe, another white Lebanese. Yeah, to your dad, I don't care what she did. I forgave her in the hospital. Is that what she said? Anyways, basically, they're talking about the past. And I said you forgave her, but you're online saying you're tired of the constant cheating. Basically, this is all personal issues. I'm just trying to say here that basically we were back and forth, and I was against this entire thing from the get-go. And so I said, that's what you tell yourself at night. Now I know you're desperately down to bring it all down. And he says I sound just like Korra, because that's what she was telling him at the time. Well done, you're bringing me down. I hope you're happy now. Yeah. So basically, he says, please help me. I can't stand these sort of interactions anymore. She doesn't see how she sounds. The voice recording of her regretting June while she cries. So he's angry that she called him a narcissist. And I said, both of you are forcing the world down each other's throats. At this point, man, I'm exhausted. Okay, so I told my sister, stop engaging this guy, because he would just stay and then he would start texting her and then they would start arguing all over again. And he's like, Nancy, I want peace. I said you should stop engaging both online and offline. Just focus on your children. Looks like you're trying to force out an apology from someone who already thinks you're out to destroy her, because he had gone online to say all those things about her. He was still expecting her to apologize, okay? And I said, there's no need to record your conversations. Looks like you're sending them to someone to prove a point. So he would trigger her, and then he would get her response and send it to that Solomon Bucci guy on Facebook and Instagram. And that one will be chasing clout with this guy's marriage, okay? So he was basically sending screenshots of their conversation. He would start calling her names. She would respond. He would send it to other people, okay? I said, basically, he's trying to say she's a narcissist. You need help too. She's obviously busy caring for those children. Stop engaging in conversations to try to help. You're in no position to do that. Go and see your children. So I'm telling him, Justin, you left the house. Go and see your children. Smart! Oh my God. You guys. Anyways. So, you're making noise in my video. I'm doing a video. Please take that thing outside. Not to the back of my head. Okay, so guys. Yeah. So he's trying to force the word narcissist down her throat. You know, I'm not the crazy now, and nothing she says will make it true. And I said, if you want to divorce, just go ahead and divorce. See, that's why you're divorcing her, because you can't take it anymore. You don't have to take anything, just like you've been saying. And I said, the kids are not taking anything. You know, she's a fantastic mother. She will continue to be. Leave her alone. The only issue she has is with you. The only issue she has is you, and the only issue you have is her. Leave yourselves alone and focus on your kids. So he said she hurt June 4 days ago, and I said, like you did when you went live and you broke dishes. Don't even try to paint any narrative here. Just stop it. That's someone who just gave birth and is handling 2 children alone. You need to stop it now. He says I didn't break dishes. She has been like this for years. Must she go back to the hospital? And yeah, go and be with June since you're such a fantastic dad. Protect her from her mother hurting her. I can't believe what you just said. So, and I said, what are you talking about? He said, you're literally a nurse. You know that there's a different disease. I said, okay, this conversation is over. I already told you, stop texting her. Stop trying to change her. You're in no position. She has gone through a lot this period. And as a nurse, I know she can't handle any more stress this period. So he says, that's why I'm begging you. I can't remember what he was begging me for. Basically, he called me twice. And this was when I was in the US. This was 15th of May when I was in the US. If you remember closely, this was the day that Flora, the lady whose audio leaked, she tried to call me and she said she had a nude video of my sister. And I told her to go ahead and post it, okay? I told her to go ahead and post it if she indeed had nude photos or videos of my sister. And that's when he started calling me, because he tried to hold on. So he tried to get the lady in Canada to threaten us with a sex tape or something. Excuse me. So that person contacted me, and I told her to go ahead and post the video if she had a sex video, and then she should leave me. So I blocked her immediately before she even landed. She was like, "Hi, I have a sex video of your sister." Because that was the time that I had all the evidence. I got all the evidence. So my sister told him that, "Oh, you know what? We have receipts now." So he was really pissed off. He was like, "Whoa, she didn't have this receipts before." So it's definitely Nancy. So he's angry that I'm in the US. He's pissed off that I'm here, giving my sister all this ammunition. That was the time we exposed him on the Brazilian lady as well. He was so pissed off. So he brought up the sex tape. And then, basically, this lady contacted me, and I said, "Please go ahead and post it if you have something, because I really want to see the sex video." My sister was laughing. She was like, "Please go ahead and post it." She's like, "Oh my God, seriously? You want to use a sex tape?" And I'm like, "Okay." Basically, the point of this video is to say that now that this whole thing is supposedly over, the people that have been carrying on with this narrative that Nancy was the one that did this and did that, I hope you can see now that basically the African in me did not want this divorce. The African in me was still hoping that, oh my God, we can still save this marriage, we can still save this. I was there mediating. Okay? I'm heartbroken, because you know how we are. We don't like divorce over here. But this has gone too far. Okay? This has gone too far. The whole coming for my family, threatening me that I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I said, painful death. I'll die without my husband. Every time I post my husband, coming for my husband, saying, hey, so if you're posting your husband and now, you've destroyed somebody. No. Okay? Get your facts straight and stop defaming me, because if I come for all of you guys, I will spend the money. Yes, I am happy to be earning. I will spend that money and I will come for you, because you have to prove to me. First of all, you have to prove who gave my sister a bipolar diagnosis. Then you have to prove to me who made me a fucking psycho. You have to give me that diagnosis. Show me the diagnosis. And then third, you have to explain to people how I destroyed it, because I'm confused. I just wanted a situation where, okay, if you're divorcing, divorce peacefully. And that's what we've been praying for since. If you notice, after the whole restraining order thing happened, and he started to see his kids, we've been out for peaceful parenting, but it's not been easy, because every single week, different attacks, trying to take these kids away from her, okay? Different attacks, just from nowhere. And then coming from someone who said, oh, he wanted to parent in peace, he didn't want any problems, he didn't want any troubles. I hope now that it's all over. I hope now that it's all over that this whole thing stops, because I still have my ammunition. And now he can't deny it, because he has openly confessed to doing it. And when I eventually get so pissed off to the point that I have to bring out my guns and go after everybody defaming my family, nobody says a thing, okay? Because now everybody is saying all sorts. Everybody's saying, the minions that he has gathered, the people putting him in trouble are saying, oh, Nancy this, Nancy that, with not even knowing how it happened. And I know he's the one that started it. And this is just me saying that I am happy that this is supposedly over. And I don't want to see any more guns blazing. I don't want to see any more fire. And I just want you people to know, I've set the record straight now, that this has nothing, okay, to do with my own family. I played my role as a sister. I didn't take sides initially. But then when I saw that guy, why are you lying about my sister online? This is sad. You are worried about these children, and you were telling the world that she was a prostitute. How messed up do you think that's going to be when somebody is 18 and she read that her own father said this about her mother online, and it's all lies. Lies that cannot be proven by anything. It's like it's the worst pain through the heart. And I'm like, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing? And he didn't care. So saying that I destroyed it, what are you saying actually? What are you saying is actually very painful to me, because I know how this affected my own marriage. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I did not sleep. I practically did not sleep. because I lost a lot of weight. Basically, I was on Instagram. You people remember how it was on Instagram. The whole world was asking what happened, because somebody had gone up online to announce. After we all begged, we had a family meeting. My father begged, please, please, don't say a word about this. You people can divorce in peace. And now it eventually happened. Okay? I did my best as an African, as a woman. I did my best. I tried to be on both sides. If you read me and my sister's text, it was basketballs. She didn't talk to me at some point because she was like, why are you supporting him? And I'm like, I'm not supporting him, but you too, you get your own for body. If your husband say don't post it, why are you posting it? Do you get? Because I was trying to assume that, okay, the relationship I had with my own husband was somehow the same, but it wasn't. So I was so this is a message for the people that are threatening my life on email. This is the second email I received in the space of 48 hours since the audio came out, and then the audio said I was a fucking psycho who destroyed everything. The only thing he was worried about was because Nancy had the receipts to all the things he had been doing. His wife did not have. Okay? I have it. And that was what pissed him off. Like, God, this girl has come to give my wife a voice. How can you give my wife a voice? She was speechless before. And now she has the voice to talk. Now she even knows about the whole Brazilian thing. And now she even knows about the other things. That was the problem, because I was like, how can you be throwing stones and you or your own life is like this? Okay? So please, if we are all here now, we are all happy that everything is over, hopefully going forward, they will co-parent in peace. Okay? I hope that I will not be forced to come out guns blazing. I just hope at this point. Any blogger, anybody he's talking to, any blogger saying, oh, she destroyed. You guys, from now on, everything you say, I am not the type to throw out threats, but know exactly what you're saying before you say it. Be sure that you were there in the room with us at 12 a.m., at 1 a.m. for 2 weeks straight, settling the problem before you go out and say what you don't know. Okay? This guy was my friend. If I want to buy iPhone, I'll call Justin. Justin, buy iPhone on your way to Nigeria for me. And he will buy it. That was my buddy. He was my G. They will fight, but we'll settle it. This is my kitchen here. Was where every time you're in Nigeria, I'll be saying, hey, wait, you say don't go and do promotion of music. Don't go to this one's house. Don't go to, I said, please now, allow her. She wants to sing. Let her sing. Let her do. That's how family is. Okay? So if you are coming to tell me that I destroyed it, you have to make sure that you tell the world how I did. And tell the world exactly if you were there when it happened. Because I've come to show you guys now, okay, that I don't deserve this death threats that I'm getting. I don't deserve it. And I want this to stop. Anybody saying that on my page again, if you get what's coming for you, then that's it. Before you open your mouth to say something, make sure you understand that. Anyways, I think I've said what I'm supposed to say. Okay? I'm trying to read comments. Anyways, thank you guys. I think their divorce is over. I think any other thing he tries to do again is going to backfire. You all know as usual. So I really hope that they start to parent in peace at this point going forward. This is just me. This is just me saying my piece, saying that, I'm sad about what happened. I really wanted it to be a beautiful, happy family. But now that it has happened, if anybody tries to come for me, saying that, oh, everything was absolutely fine in the marriage before I came in, you have to prove that statement. You really do. And if anybody sends one more threat to my family again, I will spend this money that people are claiming that, oh, I don't have. I will spend it and you will see that it's there on you. And you will be going to court for the rest of your life because of this. Okay? I told him before, your minions are going to put you in trouble. And they have. Big trouble. Okay? So if they want to continue saying this, spreading this narrative, they have to prove that they were actually there when it was happening. Okay? I've done my part, and I hope that, their lives will be safe and good going forward. I hope that they both co-parent in peace. That's actually what she wants. Nobody's trying to alienate anyone. Nobody's trying to take any child away from them. I just hope that they stop throwing jabs at each other, trying to come for each other, trying to take money from each other, trying to do stuff to each other. Okay? I love my sister, but I was neutral throughout the process. I was neutral on both sides. It was even worse on my sister because I kept, telling her stuff that I shouldn't have actually. I was behaving like the natural, like African person. Okay? So yeah. Wow, you people really like just 6,200 people. Interesting. I hope you all get a good, have a good time, have a good day. Those people sending threats, it's scary because this is my first death threat ever. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. Well, please stop it. Okay? No, get the story straight. I've shown you my story now. Take some time, look at the video, and see for yourself if I was trying to destroy this or not. Okay? Okay. Have a good day. All right? Bye-bye.